Hi, I'm Gail Johnson. I'm a married middle-class woman who is from Johannesburg, and I live in South Africa. This is a country of South Africa, and at the time we had the HIV virus spreading wild like crazy. A family friend of mine even died from this virus at one point, and it really broke my heart. I realized that there was a lot of ignorance around me regarding the virus, and most people thought that just condoms would protect you. Uneducated, I envision a change. I probably should mention that I do own a business, and it's a small business. The business is called the Guest House. It's a safe haven for people. It's a safe haven for individuals with the virus, the HIV and AIDS virus, to be correct. Yes, most come to travel here because in Africa it's not really accepted. It's a half haven, half hospice, and it had many of different individuals, and a lot of people travel to be part of it. It has a variety of individuals who are gay, young children, women, and it's actually how I came to meet my adopted son, Nikosi. He was a bright young child, and I grew a lot of love for him before my shelter shut down. Yes, my shelter shut down, and I just had to let it go. Times became tight between me and my husband, and my love for Nikosi didn't vanish at that time. In the beginning, I didn't see myself becoming a spokesperson for the AIDS virus. But Nikosi had touched my heart in a way that I just couldn't imagine. And I wanted to make a change after my friend had passed away. And this is how I even came to meet Daphne, as she had brought her young son to me. She had the virus, and she was soon getting weaker and weaker, and she just didn't want to not be able to protect her son, Nikosi. So she probably bring myself to allow anything to happen to Nikosi. He couldn't go back to live with his mother as she had become even more weak than she was the time before. I made the rash decision to go get him, all the while I forgot to inform my husband. But it's okay, my husband didn't care. He loved Nikosi just as much as I loved Nikosi, and he knew what I would do in the long run. A couple years later, Nikosi and I received a phone call, and it was from one of his relatives. A relative who basically knew, we already knew the news, and wanted him to be everything. I wanted him to be seen as a normal kid. But we consistently fought for him to go to school. I've been to a couple and we have families fighting against it the whole time. But we continued to fight, and this is what made me more of a spokesperson for him. Because they had no clue of how harmless my son really was. He was a human being. He was the same. Mandela recently passed a law stating that it's a discrimination for you to discriminate against kids with the virus. It stopped the protesting even. And I finally was able to tell my son Nikosi that he could finally go to school. And with that, he had the biggest smile on his face. He turned out to make a great fortune of friends, and I'm so proud of Nikosi. I let go of my son Nikosi at 12 years old, and the impact he did to this society will live forever in this country, and I'm proud of that. That is my story. I didn't give up. He didn't give up. He simply made his life matter. He cared about nothing but the other mothers and children struggling with the disease. And I know that he fought like a tiger. I love you, Nikosi, and I'll see you soon.